Hello everyone, it's time to talk about the last Yuki Yuna episode. Yuki Yuna Yusha no Shou number 6 was one of the best episodes of the season, one of the most confusing episodes of the season, and it was, even though I have my questions, it was a great way to end this Yuki Yuna season, and I'm thankful for that. Because I was tired of seeing those girls suffer. I was really tired of seeing those girls suffer like that. It was really something that was taking a toll on me. It was very powerful. And this episode was very powerful in lots of different ways. So we started this episode right when the 5th episode left us with the girls with this duality of things happening. We had two things happening at the same time, and they were very serious. Humanity was being attacked, and the girls, they had to transform so that they had to hold the attacks back. So at the same time, Yuna was being transferred so that she could make the Shinkan, the marriage between her and the land god, Shinju-sama. Shinju-sama, I still hate you, but I feel better about Shinju-sama now. Anyways, Yuna was there, the Shinkan. So those girls were trying to hold the attacks back because it was interesting. And one of the girls, I don't remember which one of them, she even pointed it out. Because they were trying to hold back the attacks, but at the same time, Yuna was at the Shinkan. But the attacks this time happened in a different way. Because every time the god attacked, time stopped and they would go to another dimension so that they could fight. This time, things were different. The attack was being done on Earth itself. The humans were being attacked. Our land was being attacked. And so that they had to hold it back so that the Shinkan happened and then everyone would live forever with Shinju-sama in a very stupid way if that thing that happened was actually related to this. Anyways, I'm going to talk about that later. So let me first talk about the girls fighting. So we had the girls fighting at the same time Yuna was at the Shinkan, and the girls were trying to hold back the attacks. And at the same time, they said, we're going to save Yuna. So those girls, it was interesting because it was like, it was a very interesting take because the fight was really serious. Those girls were really struggling so that they could win, so they could try to win. And Karin, Itsuki, Yu, and Sonochi, together with our girl Washi, Togo-san, they were trying to hold back, but they kind of got divided. So we had Karin, Sonochi, and Itsuki trying to hold back the attacks, while Washi and you were trying to go to Yuna. And it was a very interesting moment because you really used her sword in a very powerful fashion. That scene was so impressive, and every time they use their powers like that, I get afraid because it's like this. It's instinct after watching the first season. I know that it doesn't really take a toll on their bodies anymore, but I still get scared. So when she used that big sword like that, I was like, oh my god, you're hurting yourself. And then Togo was able to go to where Yuna was. But before that, I just wanted to say that Karin suffered a lot in this fight. And there was blood, and I was a little scared when I saw that. I mean, come on, why isn't the fairy protecting her? And then there was a little callback for episode 4, I think, when a car ran over her and the fairy didn't protect her. And I was like, oh my god, that's a good callback. And then we remembered what happened, and there was a little bit of an explanation for that. That's a very interesting thing. I mean, someone told me why the fairy didn't protect her, but it's nice when the series itself gets an explanation for that. And then Togo was able to reach Yuna. And at that scene, I felt really emotional because it was really beautiful. Because Togo, I think it's something that anime uses sometimes, because I don't know if it's a thing about Japanese people, where it's a thing about anime characters, but they really tend to hold back their feelings and they tend not to talk about what they're feeling and their fears, especially about their fears. And when Yuna said that she was afraid of doing the Shinkan, and she was doing it because there was no other way, I really felt for her because, if I were in Yuna's place, what would I do? I mean, I would try to protect humanity in a way. I mean, even though this protection is really stupid, I mean, would we become wet to get together with Shinju sama? How stupid is that? But I think that the way Yuna spoke about it was really powerful. It was really beautiful, and at that moment when Togo was trying to reach her, that moment was very beautiful. Togo coming from the top, Yuna coming from the bottom, and both of them, almost touching each other, almost hitting each other, and she almost saved Yuna at that time. But obviously, those demons had to stop them. I hate those fairies. I still hate those fairies. Even though they helped the girls in this season, I hate them so much. It's not rational to hate them. I know, but it's an irrational feeling. It's really an irrational feeling right now. And I was so scared, and I was so sad seeing Togo cry like that and say, oh my god, everything we did, everything we fought for, we weren't good enough. We weren't strong enough. But then it was so nice seeing everyone coming together. It felt very Deus Ex Machina, to be honest with you. It really felt like that, but I really liked how Togo focused and how she asked Shinju-sama for help. But she didn't really ask for help. She demanded help. That's what you should do. That's what we should do for gods. Gods should help us as humans. So that's what she did. She didn't ask, she demanded help from Shinju-sama. And she put in line all of the love Shinju-sama feels for humans. And that was very interesting. That was very powerful. And, everybody coming together, all those, the powers and the souls of past soldiers, of past heroes coming together to break that barrier and be able to restore and take Yuna back. That moment was so beautiful. And obviously, when that bird came and turned into a silhouette of someone we know, and that silhouette looked at Togo, at Washi, that was very powerful. Thank you, Gin. Thank you for coming back for this special moment. And everything was so beautiful at that time, the barrier was broken, Yuna's spirit was restored, and she got back. Shinju-sama got really powerful, and Shinju-sama was able to stop the attacks together with the new Yuna transformation. I loved that transformation so much. Yuna with green and pink. I love the green and pink combination. I think those colors work so well together. And obviously, Hero Punch was able to save the day once again. Yuna is so powerful. Yuna is a true hero, and she was able to overcome it. And that scene of all of those 6 girls lying on the ground, crying, learning that everything was back to normal. Not really everything was back to normal, but it was back to actually a new reality for those girls. So let's talk about this new reality now. First, I want to talk about Taisha. The Taisha followers, Taisha believers, I don't know how to call them, they were turning into sand, and then in the sand wet was blooming, and that was a very curious thing. I mean, is that how it means to become one with Shinju-sama? But then Shinju-sama was defeated in the end, so all those Taisha people that became sand are now nothing, in my understanding. And it was interesting because the sensei was not part of that. I mean, she didn't really transform. She was the only one, she was the last one standing, and she didn't transform into sand. She was able to be alive at the end. So we don't really know the aftermath. We know Shinju-sama is not alive. We know that now humans will have to hold on to their own power so that they can become the rulers of the earth. That's what I actually understood. And that's a very interesting thing. That's a very important thing for humans. We should be the ones reclaiming that. We should not be praising a god that does nothing for us, like Shinju-sama was. Shinju-sama was useless. And then I felt like this new dynamic can be very interesting for humanity. Unfortunately, this is not the focus of Yuki Yuna. The focus here is on the girls and their own lives, and I was very happy to see Itsuki becoming the leader of the hero club right now. I really wanted to see more of those girls, in those daily life situations because they're so nice. They're so precious. I really believe that they can be very happy now. I think they're going to be very happy now. Gin also made her last appearance as a bird. I was so happy to see that. And that felt really powerful and emotional. And I really loved this last episode, even though I felt like Shinju somehow waking up at the last minute and, destroying everything together with Yuna was a little too much. And I didn't really believe that this could be a possible ending. But anyway, I still think it was a very good series. It was a great series to watch. It was a pleasure to watch Yuki Yuna again. And now for just a last message, I just want to say that I am very happy because Yuki Yuna, Washizumi no Shou and Yusha no Shou, both of them together coming as one season, let's think of it like that, is the first season that I actually end while vlogging about it. So I feel really happy about it. I mean, Kirikiri Prick is almost over, so I think I'm gonna vlog it until the end too. But I am a kind of person who gives up things in the middle. I really tend to do this in my life, and now I feel like I have the power in me to keep on doing things until the end, if that's being a good thing for me, obviously. And I really like talking about what I'm watching, and I love talking about magical girls. I know that my opinion sometimes here is not very, it doesn't really have much base because I've never read the novels, but I really love talking about what I watched, my impressions, and my love for the characters, my hate for the characters. And I feel very happy that I was able to end and I was able to do it until it's over. So I'm really glad. And it's a good way to start 2018. And I am very, very thankful for everyone who stood with me, who watched my videos, and who commented, who talked with me about Yuki Yuna and about everything else I talk on this channel. So I'm very, very, very thankful for everyone. Thank you so much for standing beside me. Guys, thank you so much for watching as well. And until next time, bye bye.